I talk a lot about devotional living, living in devotion. And my journey has been one from self abandonment to self devotion. And I wanted to share a little bit more about what devotion means for me because it's not something grand and it's not something that we get when we've done XYZ. Life is a process. You're in process, I'm in process. So I'm going to read from my book. It's called My Wild Love Affair. I was practicing meeting myself before the world could. The rhythm was steady, the pace deliberate. Sleep, silence, and space and solitude became my medicines. I stripped away the distractions, no TV, minimal social media, and no constant hum of other people's lives filling my mind. I chose stillness. I chose quiet. Because the less noise I consumed, the more clearly I could hear myself. And the more I heard myself, the more I remembered who I was. I stopped rushing. Rushing is one of the things that I have done most of my life. So I became more deliberate. I stopped trying to outpace my own becoming. I simplified everything, starting with my home and my habits and my mind. So it wasn't about me doing more, it was about doing less. It was about shedding what weighed me down. So I cleared out my wardrobe. I made a ritual of cleaning my house. We got to do it. So I made a ritual out of it and stopped getting all pissy about doing it. I chose reverence instead of resentment. And as I created more space around me, I felt the same spaciousness opening within me, a deeper, quieter sense of self that had been waiting to return. I amplified my awareness around how I was reacting. Between you and I, reacting was my go-to. I returned to the Viktor Frankl quote. I literally need to have that tattooed on my body. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is the power to choose differently. And slowly, through really embodying, living this quote by slowing down, and slowly my learned responses began to shift. Things like I stopped grabbing my phone the second it pinged. I had more discernment about the calls that I didn't want to take. Showing up on social media differently, taking a rest and not feeling guilty for it. I lavished myself with grace and compassion so I could pause longer between the trigger and the odd reaction. In that space, there's our growth. And I just gave myself more space to try something different. I wasn't just noticing anymore. So I wasn't just noticing my patterns. I was deciding, choosing, realigning one small, deliberate act at a time. And so for me, that is what devotion means. It means I stay with myself. This lifestyle of devotion is a real homecoming. In my years of me, I've always wanted to come home, and I'm positive if you're listening to me, you want to come home too. Trust that whisper, trust the signs, trust the pull, because coming home is what we're here to do. And when I look back at my life, what I got really good at was coming home and then bouncing back out, coming home and then bouncing back out. And what I'm cultivating now through devotional living is the ability to stay with myself, whether there's an ebb and or a flow or an unknown or chaos or turmoil. or ecstatic happiness and joy and abundance, I stay. And that's what coming home, that's what devotional living means. This is the work that I do. This is the homecoming. This is what it means to choose yourself over and over again. And if you're called to deepen the work, to come back home, My Wild Love Affair is available now on Amazon, paperback, hardback, and Kindle.